If you've tuned in first thing this morning, we are watching the second round this morning of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft. Our judges here this morning, Mr Graham Finlayson and Mr Nathan Mauler. The winner of the Power Energy and Power Contracting Open Draft will take home the Gold Ride Tough Buckle and $50,000 prize money. There's a beautiful saddle pad donated by Made by Harles to the winner of the Open Draft. And there's, of course, that beautiful perpetual bronze trophy that's been handmade by the talented Jay Hall. Round 2 this morning. We will run to 300 today and then go on with the maiden this afternoon. So we are watching in the camp competitor number 1, Austin Elias, riding Hunter View spinning class, building on an 80.5 from the first round. Tom Shea will move into camp as number 2 and John Markai on standby number 3. We have a score there for Austin. Beautiful way to start the day. 22.63.5 and a 4 for a total of 89.5. Together with his previous score of 80.5 gives him a total of 170. Tom Shea in camp at number 2, riding Hannaford Stud Renegade. Number 3, John Mulcahy on Stratton Tenaya. Number 4, Ben Williamson. Outside for Tom, building on a 22 from the first round. Tom goes away with his camp score only, with his 22 yesterday, gives him a total score of 44. In camp now, competitor 3, John Mulcahy, riding Stratton Tenaya, building on a 72 from the first round. Number 4 is on standby at the gate, Ben Williamson. 5, Cameron Webster. 6, Carl Green. 7, Michael Hayes. 8, Scott Shea. 9, Daniel Imsirovic. And 10, Pete Comiskey. 11, Kerry Turner. 12, Kylie McPhee. 13, Megan McIntosh. That's unfortunately a no score there for John this morning and leaves him with his previous score of 72. We'll just tidy up the camp and we will see competitor 4, Ben Williamson, riding Hazelwood Fair Deception. 5 will be Cameron Webster on Clarence. 6 will be Carl Green on Homeboy. 7, Michael Hayes on Shadak Porsche. 8, Scott Shea on Morse's Checkmate. 9, Daniel Imsirovic on Tango. 10, Pete Comiskey will ride Soda Blue Exotic. 11, Kerry Turner riding Turner's Stud Topless. 12, Kylie McPhee on Gamalee Hot Shot. 13 will be Megan McIntosh. And we're away in camp. We have competitor 4, Ben Williamson, building on a 75.5 from the first round. Next into camp will be 5, Cameron Webster, and on standby 6, Carl Green. Score through there for Ben of a 21 only, together with his 75.5, gives him a total of 96.5. Cameron Webster in camp, riding Clarence at number 5. So on camp we have competitor 5, Cameron Webster riding Clarence, building on a 73.5 from the first round. Number 6 will move into camp, Carl Green riding Homeboy. 7, Michael Hayes on Shadak Porsche. 8, Scott Shea on Morse's Checkmate. 9, Daniel Imsirovic riding Tango. 10, Pete Comiskey on Soda Blue Exotic. 11, Kerry Turner will ride Turner's Stud Topless. 12, Kylie McPhee riding Gamalee Hot Shot. Score through there for Cameron Webster of a 16 only, together with his 73.5 from yesterday, gives him a total of 89.5. In camp now, competitor 6, Carl Green, riding Homeboy. He's building on an 88 from the previous round. 7, you'll be next in camp, Michael Hayes on Shadak Porsche. 8, Scott Shea. 9, Daniel Imsirovic. And 10, Pete Comiskey. It's a 21 only there for Carl Green. Building on top of his 88 gives him a total of 109. Michael Hayes in camp, riding Shadak Porsche at number 7, building on a 21.5 from the first round. Next into camp will be 8, Scott Shea. 9, Daniel Imsirovic. 10, Pete Comiskey. 11, Kerry Turner. And 12, Kylie McPhee. Just tuned in this morning, you are watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft. This is the start of the second round competition here today on day 3 of 6. Our judges this morning, Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler. Our cattle, beautiful cattle that we're drafting this week, are from the Willinga Pastoral Co. Outside for Michael Hayes, building, riding Shadak Porsche. Beautiful round there, Michael. Scores come through as a 22, 65 and 4 for a 91. Together with his 21.5 from the first round gives him a total of 112.5. Scott Shea in camp, competitor number 8, riding Morse's Checkmate. He'll be building on a 19.5 from the first round. Number 9, Daniel Imsirovic, riding Tango. 10, Pete Comiskey, riding Soda Blue Exotic. 11, Kerry Turner, riding Turner's Stud Topless. 12, Kylie McPhee will ride Glamberley Hot Shot. 13, Megan McIntosh, riding Whiskey. 14, Josh Herman on Pimped Up Cat. 15, Wendy Pownell on Tacoma Red Robin. 16, John Templeton will ride Diva. 17, Matthew Moffat on Springsteen. 18, Laura Comiskey on Woody. And 19, Sarah Dillon riding Willinga Park Famous Contessa. That's unfortunately a no score there for Scott Shea, so we'll leave him with his previous score of 19.5. Daniel Imsirovic, riding Tango, will move into camp, competitor 9. 10, you'll be next in, Pete Comiskey, riding Soda Blue Exotic. 11, Kerry Turner on Turner Stud Topless. 12, Kylie McPhee, riding Glamberley Hot Shot. And 13 will be Megan McIntosh, riding Whiskey. Had that tidy up in the camp there, and we have competitor 9, Daniel Imsirovic, riding Tango in camp. He's building on an 81.5 from the first round. 10, you'll be next in, Pete Comiskey on Soda Blue Exotic, and 11, Kerry Turner. 12, Kylie McPhee. 13, Megan McIntosh. Score there for Daniel of a 21 only, together with his 81.5 from the first round, gives him a total of 102.5. Pete Comiskey in camp, riding Soda Blue Exotic, competitor number 10 in the draw. 11 will be Kerry Turner on Turner's Stud Topless. 12, Kylie McPhee, Glamberley Hotshot. 13, Megan McIntosh on Whiskey. 14, Josh Herman on Pimped Up Cat. 15, Wendy Pownell on Tacoma Red Robin, and 16, John Templeton on Diva. Okay, nice score there, Pete. Pete Comiskey on Soda Blue Exotic, 22.63 and 4 for an 89. Together with his 89.5 from the first round is a total of 178.5. Kerry Turner is in camp. Competitor number 11, riding Turner's Stud Topless, and she'll be building on a 90 from the first round. Kylie McPhee will be next in camp at number 12, 13, Megan McIntosh. 14, Josh Herman. 15, Wendy Pownell. 16, John Templeton. 17, Matthew Moffat. Score there for Kerry Turner over 21, 60 and 4 for an 85, together with her 90 from the first round, gives her a total of 175. Kylie McPhee, we watch in camp, number 12, riding Glamberley Hotshot, building on an 81 from the first round. 13, Megan McIntosh will be next into camp, riding Whiskey. 14 on standby, Josh Herman on Pimped Up Cat. 15, Wendy Pownell on Tacoma Red Robin. 16 John Templeton on Diva, 17 Matthew Moffat on Springsteen, 18 Laura Comiskey on Woody, 19 Sarah Dillon on Willinga Park Famous Contessa, 20 David Murphy on River Glen Jamaica, 21 Joe Payne on In Style, 22 Ben Weller on Stone Age Isabella, 23 Ben Traynor on Common Acres. Score through there for Kylie McPhee of a 21, 57.5 and a 3 for a total of 81.5. Together with her 81 from the first round gives her a total of 162.5. Megan McIntosh we watch in camp at 13, riding Whiskey, building on an 80.5 from the first round. 14 will be Josh Herman riding Pimped Up Cat, 15 Wendy Pownell on Tacoma Red Robin, and 16 John Templeton riding Diva. Score of 22 only there for Megan, together with an 80.5 gives her a total of 102.5. Josh Herman in camp riding Pimped Up Cat at competitor number 14. 15 will be Wendy Pownell, 16 John Templeton and 17 Matthew Moffat. Number 15 is in camp, Wendy Pownell riding Tacoma Red Robin. 16 on standby, John Templeton riding Diva. 17, Matthew Moffat riding Springsteen. 18, Laura Comiskey riding Woody. 19, Sarah Dillon on Willinga Park Famous Contessa. 20, David Murphy riding River Glen Jamaica. 21, Joe Payne will ride In Style. 22, Ben Weller on Stone Age Isabella. In camp now we watch competitor 15, Wendy Pownell riding Tacoma Red Robin, and she's building on an 80 from the first round. It's a score of 12 there for Wendy, and together with her 80 from the first round gives her a total of 92. John Templeton in camp riding Diva at competitor 16, building on a 21 from the first round. 17 will be Matthew Moffat riding Springsteen. 18, Laura Comiskey riding Woody. 19, Sarah Dillon on Willinga Park Famous Contessa. And 20, David Murphy riding River Glen, Jamaica. That's a 20 only there for John. Together with his 21 gives him a total of 41. 17 in camp, Matthew Moffat riding Springsteen, building on an 80.5 from the first round. 18 will be Laura Comiskey riding Woody. 19, Sarah Dillon. 20, David Murphy. 21, Joe Payne. 22, Ben Weller. 23, Ben Trainer. 24, Bianca Moorhead. 25, Susan Dynastis. 26, Kurt Hanrahan. 27, Lachlan Durkin. Score there for Maddie of a 22.5 only, together with the 80.5 from the first round gives him a total of 103. Laura Comiskey in camp at competitor 18, riding Woody, building on a 86 from the first round. 19 will be Sarah Dillon riding Willinga Park Famous Contessa. 20, David Murphy riding River Glen, Jamaica. 21, Joe Payne on In Style. Outside, we watch Laura Comiskey riding Woody, building on an 86 from the first round. 19, Sarah Dillon has moved into camp riding Willinga Park Famous Contessa. 20, David Murphy on River Glen, Jamaica. 21, Joe Payne on In Style. 22, Ben Weller will ride Stone Age Isabella. Score through there for Laura over 22 only, together with 86 from the first round, gives her a total of 108. Sarah Dillon in camp, competitor 19, riding Willinga Park Famous Contessa, building on a 77 from the first round. David Murphy, you'll be next in camp. Number 20, 21, Joe Payne, 22, Ben Weller, 23, Ben Traynor, 24, Bianca Moorhead, and 25, Susan Dynastis. That's a 22 only there for Sarah, together with a 77, gives her a total of 99. David Murphy in camp, competitor 20, riding River Glen, Jamaica. He'll be building on an 81 from the first round. 21 will be Joe Payne, riding In Style. 22, Ben Weller on Stone Age Isabella. 23, Ben Traynor on Common Acres. 24, Bianca Moorhead, riding Consequence. 25, Susan Dynastis will ride Hall's Smick Rio. 26, Kurt Hanrahan on PV Grasshopper. 27, Lachlan Durkin riding Trademark. 28, Robert Leach on Ali Conviction. 29, Stephen Hart riding Heart's Eclipse. 30 will be Riley Turner on Turner's Stud Reward. And 31 will be Bradley Comiskey riding Durkin's Stylish Quincy. If you've just tuned in to the live stream, you are watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft second round this morning. 1 to 300 riders we'll see run today. 14 there for David, together with his 81 from the first round, gives him a total of 95. Joe Payne in camp, competitor 21, riding In Style. 22 on standby, Ben Weller. 23, Ben Traynor. 24, Bianca Moorhead. 25, Susan Dynastis. Score through there for Joe Payne of a 16, 51 and 3 for a total of 70. 22 in camp, Ben Weller riding Stone Age Isabella. Building on a 21.5 from the first round. 23 next in camp will be Ben Trainer on Common Acres. 24 Bianca Moorhead on Consequence. 25 Susan Dynastis riding Hall's Smick Rio. 26 Kurt Hanrahan on PV Grasshopper. 27 Lachlan Durkin on Trademark. 28 Robert Leach on Ali Conviction. 29 Stephen Hart on Heart's Eclipse. 30 will be Riley Turner riding Turner's Stud Reward. Score there for Ben of a 22 only, together with the 21.5 from 21.5 from yesterday, gives us a total of 43.5. Ben Trainer in camp, competitor 23, riding Common Acres. He'll be building on a 21.5 from the first round. 24 will be Bianca Moorhead on Consequence. 25 Susan Dynastis on Hall's Smick Rio. Score there for Ben Trainer, 22, 61 and 61.5 and 4 for an 87.5, together with the 21.5 from yesterday, gives him a total of 109. 24 in camp, Bianca Moorhead riding Consequence. She'll be building on a 21 from the first round. 25 Susan Dynastis riding Hall's Smick Rio. 26 Kurt Hanrahan riding PV Grasshopper. 27 Lachlan Durkin riding Trademark. 28 Robert Leach on Ali Conviction. 29 Stephen Hart riding Heart's Eclipse. Score through there for Bianca Moorhead, 15, 57.5 and a 4 for a 76.5, together with 21 from the first round, gives her a total of 97.5. 25 in camp, Susan Dynastis riding Hall's Smick Rio. She'll be building on a 81.5 from the previous round. 26 will be Kurt Hanrahan, 27 Lachlan Durkin, 28 Rob Leach, 29 Stephen Hart, 30 Riley Turner and 31 Bradley Comiskey. We've had a change of the yard at 25. We now have Susan Dynastis riding Hall's Smick Rio in camp. And she's building on an 81.5. 26 will be next in Kurt Hanrahan and 27 Lachlan Durkin. Score there for Susan Dynastis of a 21.5, 57 and 3 for a total of 81.5. Together with her 81.5 from the first round gives her a total of 163. Kurt Hanrahan at 26 is in camp riding PV Grasshopper. And he's building on a 22.5 from the previous round. 27 Lachlan Durkin riding Trademark. 28 Rob Leach riding Ali Conviction. 29 Stephen Hart riding Heart's Eclipse. 30 will be Riley Turner on Turner's Stud Reward. 31 Bradley Comiskey on Durkin's Stylish Quincy. 32 Kent Hammond will ride General. 33 Josh Smith on Geom Hard. 34 Ian Henksberger on Bill Curra Basalt. 35 Peter Black will ride Child's Play. And 36 will be Joe Marr riding EBS First Cut. Score there for Kurt Hanrahan of a 22.5, 62.5 and a 4 for an 89, together with the 22.5 from the previous round gives him 111.5. In camp now, we have competitor 27, Lachlan Durkin, riding Trademark. On standby next in, or moving into camp now, is 28, Robert Leach, 29, Stephen Hart, 30, Riley Turner. Score there for Lockie of a 22 only, together with his 16, gives him a total of 38. Rob Leach in camp, 28, riding Ali Conviction, building on a 22 from the first round. Stephen Hart, you'll be next in at 29, riding Heart's Eclipse. 30, Riley Turner. 31, Bradley Comiskey. 32, Kent Hammond. And 33 will be Josh Smith. That's unfortunately no score there for Robert and leaves him with his 22 from the first round. Into camp, competitor 29, Stephen Hart, riding Heart's Eclipse, building on an 86 from the first round. 30 will be Riley Turner on Turner's Stud Reward. 31, Bradley Comiskey on Durkin's Stylish Quincy. 32, Kent Hammond, riding General. 33, Josh Smith, riding G I'm Hard. 34, Ian Henksberger, riding Bilcurra Basalt. 35 will be Peter Black, riding Child's Play. 36, Joe Marr will ride EBS First Cut. 37, Alan Davidson on Dreamcatcher. 38, Peter Knutson on Daddy's Hardacre. 39, Wyatt Young on Hardwired. 40 will be Scott Edwards, riding Willinga Park Hell Raisin Talk. And 41 will be Darby Ryan on Chica Smart. Right now we watch Stephen Hart riding Heart's Eclipse at number 29, building on an 86 from the first round. Okay, I'll just go backwards there. Sorry, Stephen. Just a little glitch here. 21 for Stephen Hart. The score was 21.59.5 and 4 for an 84.5. Together with the 86 gives him a total of 170.5. Riley Turner with a 21, together with her 79 from the first round, gives her a total of 100. We currently have on camp competitor 31, Bradley Comiskey, riding Durkin's Stylish Quincy, and he'll be building on an 88 from the first round. 32 on standby will be Kent Hammond, riding General. 33, Josh Smith on Geom Hard. 34, Ian Hengsberger, riding Bilcurra Basalt. And 35, Peter Black, riding Child's Play. Score through there for Bradley Comiskey of a 22, 54.5 and a 4 for a total of 80.5. Together with the 88 from the first round gives him a total of 168.5. Ken Hammond is in camp, riding General at competitor number 32. Next into camp will be 33, Josh Smith, riding Geom Hard. 34, Ian Hengsberger. 35, Peter Black. 36, Joe Marr. 37, Alan Davison. 38, Peter Knutson. And 39, Wyatt Young. Score there for Ken Hammond of a 15, together with the 14.5 from the first round, gives him a 29.5. 33 in camp is Josh Smith, riding G I'm Hard. 34 will be in Hengsberger on Bilcurra Basalt. 35, Peter Black on Child's Play. 36, Joe Marr on EBS First Cut. Score there for Josh Smith, riding Geom Hard of a 22, 61 and 4. giving him a total of 87, together with the 22 from the first round, gives him a total of 109. 34 in camp, Ian Hanksberger, riding Bill Curra Basalt. He'll be building on an 82.5 from the first round. 35 next into camp, Peter Black, riding Child's Play. 36 will be Joe Marr on EBS First Cut. 37, Alan Davison on Dreamcatcher. 38, Peter Knutson riding Daddy's Hardacre. 39, Wyatt Young on Hardwired. 40 will be Scott Edwards on Willinga Park Hell Raisin Talk. 41, Darby Ryan on Chicka Smart. 42, Rick Hopkins on Super Act Shiraz. 43, Morgan Marks on Dark Knight. And 44, Rowan Marks on Turner Marks Editor. It's unfortunately no score for Ian and leaves him with his first round score of 82.5. Peter Black moves on to camp at competitor 35, riding Child's Play. He'll be building on his first round score of 90. Joe Marr, you'll be next in camp, 36, riding EBS First Cut. 37, Alan Davison. 38, Peter Knutson. 39, Wyatt Young. And 40, Scott Edwards. If you've just tuned in, you're watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft. These are the first competitors in round 2 of this draft. Our judges today, Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler. We will see 300 competitors in this second round today. And then this afternoon we will see the ADG Contracting Maiden Draft. Competitor 201. We'll start our afternoon in that ADG Contracting Maiden. Right now we watch Peter Black riding Child's Play, building on his first round score of 90. Score through for Peter, 15.5, 60.5 and a 4 for a total of 80. Together with the 90 from the first round gives him a total of 170. Competitor number 36 is in camp, Joe Marr, riding EBS First Cut, building on an 81 from the first round. 37 will be Alan Davison on Dreamcatcher. 38, Peter Knutson on Daddy's Hardacre. 39, Wyatt Young on Hardwired. 40, Scott Edwards on Willinga Park Hell Raisin Talk. 41, Darby Ryan on Chicka Smart. 42, Rick Hopkins on Super Act Shiraz. 43, Morgan Marks on Dark Knight. 44, Rowan Marks on Turner Marks Editor. 45 will be Michelle Wadham on Linda. 46, Hugh and Smith on Ali Boss Lady. And 47, Gary Edwards will ride Pandora. Score there for Joe Ma, 21, 58.5 and a 4 for an 83.5. Together with the 81 from the previous round gives him a total of 164.5. Alan Davison in camp we watch, riding Dreamcatcher at competitor 37, building on a 20.5 from the first round. Peter Knutson will be next in camp at 38, riding Daddy's Hardacre. 39, Wyatt Young on Hardwired. 40, Scott Edwards on Willinga Park Hell Raisin Talk. And 41, Darby Ryan riding Chicka Smart. Score for Alan of a 15, 59 and 4 for a 78, together with the 20.5 from the previous round, gives him a total of 98.5. Number 38 in camp is Peter Knutson riding Daddy's Hardacre, and he'll be building on an 83.5 from the first round. 39, Wyatt Young riding Hardwired. 40, Scott Edwards riding Willinga Park Hell Raisin Talk. 41, Darby Ryan on Chicka Smart. 42 will be Rick Hopkins on Super Act Shiraz. 43, Morgan Marks on Dark Knight. 44, Rowan Marks on Turner Marks Editor. 45, Michelle Wadham on Lindar. 46, Hewan Smith on Ali Boss Lady. 47, Gary Edwards on Pandora. 48, John Turvey will ride Fable. And 49 will be Jason Penny riding Sorta Smooth, and 50 will be Emily Wallace riding Arrow Cat. That's a 21 only there for Pete. Together with the 83.5 from the first round gives him a total of 104.5. 39 in camp, Wyatt Young riding hardwired. He'll be building on a 23 from the first round. 40 will be Scott Edwards on Willinga Park, Hellraise and Talk. 41 Darby Ryan. 42 Rick Hopkins. 43 Morgan Marks. 44 Rowan Marks. 45 Michelle Wadham. Score there for Wyatt Young of a 14.5 only, together with the 23 from the first round, gives him a total of 37.5. Scott Edwards in camp at competitor 40, riding Willinga Park, Hellraise and Talk. With a 22 from the previous round, 41 will be Darby Ryan, riding Chicka Smart. 42 Rick Hopkins, 43 Morgan Marks and 44 Rowan Marks. Score there for Scott Edwards of a 20.5, together with the 22 from the previous round, gives him a total of 42.5. Darby Ryan in camp at 41, riding Chicka Smart, building on an 86 from the first round. Rick Hopkins, you'll be next in camp at 42, riding Super Axe Shiraz. 43 will be Morgan Marks, 44 Rowan Marks. Score for Darby Ryan of a 14 only, together with his 86 from the previous round, gives him a total of 100. I'm just doing a tidy up in the camp here, and we'll have competitor 42, Rick Hopkins, riding Super Act Shiraz. 43 on standby, Morgan Marks on Dark Knight. 44, Rowan Marks on Turner Marks Editor. And 45, Michelle Wadham, riding Linda. You've just tuned in, you're watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. We are watching the second round of this Open this morning, starting at 1 right through to 300 in this Open today. Then we will see competitors 201 to 300 in the maiden this afternoon. That's our program for the day. A great big thank you out to our judges, Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler. The winner of the Power Energy and Power Contracting Open Draft will take home the Gold Ride Tough Buckle and $50,000 in prize money. Made by Harles have donated a beautiful saddle pad to the winner of the Open Draft, and the Perpetual Bronze Trophy has been handmade by the talented Jay Hall. In each round, the Open, the highest cutout winner will receive $1,000. The aggregate cutout winner over the 3 rounds will win $5,000 and the Tom Strawn Memorial Quart Pot Bronze. A very big thank you goes out to Power Energy and Power Contracting and Farming for their continuous support of the Juandah Plains Camp Draft. Make sure to see Sonny or Levi for all your power, energy, contracting and farming needs. We now watch Rick Hopkins on Super Act Shiraz, competitor 42 in the draw of this second round of the Open Draft, building on an 81 from the first round. And then we will see 43, Morgan Marks riding Dark Knight, and 44, Rowan Marks riding Turner Marks Editor. Camp score only there for Rick Hopkins of a 21.5, together with his 81 from the first round, gives him a total of 102.5. 43 in camp is Morgan Marks riding Dark Knight. He'll be building on an 80 from the previous round. Rowan Marks, you'll be next in camp. 44 riding Turner Marks Editor. 45 will be Michelle Wadham riding Linda. 46, Ewan Smith on Our Lead Boss Lady. 47, Gary Edwards riding Pandora. 48 will be John Turvey on Fable. 49, Jason Penny on Sorta Smooth. 50 will be Emily Wallace on Arrowcat. 51, Jackie Knutson on Talk About Design. 52, Jay Hall will ride Khaleesi. 53, Andrew Turvey on Cats and Roses. 54, Daniel Cheers on Lay Lucas, Tilly Divine, and 55 will be Troy Palmer on Look Smart in Blue. Score through there for Morgan Marks, 22, 63.5 and a 4. It's a total of 89.5. Together with his 80 from the first round gives him a total of 169.5. In camp now we are watching competitor 44, Rowan Marks on Turner Marks Editor. He's building on a 90.5 from the first round. 45, Michelle Wadham will be next in camp riding Linda. 46, Ewan Smith. 47, Gary Edwards. And 48, John Turvey. Score there for Rowan Marks, riding Turner Marks Editor, 22, 62 and 4 for an 88. Together with that 90.5 from the previous round, gives him a total of 178.5. 45 in camp is Michelle Wadham riding Linda, building on a 67 from the previous round. 46, you'll be next in camp, Ewan Smith riding Ali Boss Lady. 47, Gary Edwards on Pandora. 48, John Turvey on Fable. 49, Jason Penny on Sorta Smooth. 50 will be Emily Wallace on Arrow Cat. 51, Jackie Knutson on Talk About Design. 52, Jay Hall riding Khaleesi. And 53, Andrew Turvey will ride Cats and Roses. That's a 20 only there for Michelle Wadham, together with the 67 from the first round, gives her a total of 87. Ewan Smith in camp, looking over his cattle at competitor 46, riding Ali Boss Lady, building on a 22 from the first round. Next in will be 47, Gary Edwards riding Pandora. 48, John Turvey on Fable. 49, Jason Penny on Sorta Smooth, and 50 will be Emily Wallace riding Arrow Cat. Score there for Ewan Smith of a 22, 62 and 4 for a total of 88. Together with his 22 from the first round gives him a total of 110. 47 in camp, Gary Edwards riding Pandora, building on a 14 from the previous round. 48 will be next in camp, John Turvey riding Fable. 49, Jason Penny. 50, Emily Wallace. 51, Jackie Knutson. 52, Jay Hall. And 53, Andrew Turvey. Score through there for Gary Edwards, 20.5, a 60 and a 4 for an 84.5. Together with the 14 from the first round gives him a total of 98.5. In camp now we have competitor 48, John Turvey, riding Fable, and he'll be building on a 91 from the first round. 49 will be next in camp, Jason Penny on Sort of Smooth. 50, Emily Wallace on Arrowcat. 51, Jackie Knudsen. 52, Jay Hall. We have a score there for John Turvey riding Fable, 22, 64 and 4 for a 90. Together with his 91 from the first round gives him a total of 181. 49 in camp, Jason Penny riding Sort of Smooth, building on an 82 from the first round. 50 will be Emily Wallace riding Arrowcat. 51, Jackie Knudsen on Talk About Design. 52, Jay Hall on Khaleesi. 53, Andrew Turvey riding Cats and Roses. 54, Daniel Cheers on Leiluka's Tilly Divine. 55, Troy Palmer on Looks Smart in Blue. 56, William Chugg on Bailey's Hooligan. And 57, Peter O'Neill riding Tattoo. That's a 21 only there. Together with the 82 from the first round gives Jason Penny a total of 103. Emily Wallace in camp at competitor 50, riding Arrowcat, building on a 22 from the first round. Next in will be 51, Jackie Knudsen. 52, Jay Hall, and 53, Andrew Turvey. That's a score through there of 21 only, together with the 22 from the first round, gives her a total of 43. We'll just have a change of yard there, and we will have competitor 51, Jackie Knudsen on Talk About Design. 52 will be Jay Hall. 53, Andrew Turvey. 54, Daniel Cheers. 55, Troy Palmer. 56, William Chugg. 57, Peter O'Neill. 58, Adrian Lamb, and 59, Sandy Bennett. You are watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft, round 2 today. Our judges, thank you to Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler. I'll hand over to Leslie Deneen to take you through the next 50 riders.
Very big thank you there to Karen Burns. So we're underway again with competitor 51, Jackie Knudsen, and talk about design. She's out on course. Into the camp, 52, Jay Hall, Khaleesi, 53, Andrew Turvey, Cats and Roses, 54, Daniel Cheers, the Lucas, Tilly Devine, and 55, Troy Palmer, Looks Smart in Blue. If those competitors could please stand by. It's Jackie Knudsen, though, that we'll watch out in Centre Arena. She comes into this round with a previous score of 22.5. And she'll have a camp score in this round. So a camp score of a 23, together with her previous score of 22.5, total of 45.5 for Jackie Knudsen, and talk about design. We move down to competitor 52, Jay Hall and Khaleesi. She brings an 88 into this round, previous score of 88. Yeah. And Jay heads out onto the course. Jay Hall and Khaleesi. 53 comes on camp, Andrew Turvey with Cats and Roses. Standing by 54, Daniel Cheers. 55, Troy Palmer. 56, William Chugg. 57, Peter O'Neill. 58, Adrian Lamb. And 59, Sandy Bennett. Jay Hall we watch, competitor 52, riding Khaleesi. Previous score of 88. Cut out 21.5, horsework 64, course 4. For an 89.5 run for Jay Hall and Khaleesi. Previous score of 88, two-round total of 177.5, 177.5. Andrew Turvey's call for his gate. He's out on course. Competitor 53, riding Cats and Roses. He brings a previous score of 90.5, 90.5 into this round. Daniel Cheers on camp at 54, Leluca's Tilly Devine. Standing by then 55, Troy Palmer, Looks Smart in Blue, and 56, William Chugg's Bailey's Hooligan. And we'll get another full score there for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses very shortly. And he has a cutout score of 23, horsework 64, course 4 for a total of 91. Previous score of 90.5, two-round total of 181.5. 181.5 for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. And that, of course, at this stage is a clear leader. We now watch competitor 54, Daniel Cheers, and Leluca's Tilly Divine. Brings a 22 from the previous round. Standing by then 55, Troy Palmer, 56, William Chugg, 57, Peter O'Neill, 58, Adrian Lamb, 59, Sandy Bennett, 60, Ken Knutson, 61, Kimberly Johnson, 62, Ben Hall, and 63, Matthew Moffat. It's one of our judges throughout the week. Daniel Cheers out on course, riding Leluca's Tilly Divine, competitor 54. Looking to build on his previous round of 22. 55 on camp, Troy Palmer, looks smart in blue, standing by 56, William Chugg. Score for Daniel Cheers, Leluca's Tilly Divine, cut out 16, horsework 59, course 3 for a 78, together with the 22 is a total of 100. It's 100 points for Daniel Cheers and Leluca's Tilly Divine. Selecting a beast now is competitor 55, Troy Palmer, looks smart in blue. Comes into this round bringing a previous score of 90. Standing by 56, William Chugg, Bailey's Hooligan, 57, Peter O'Neill's Tattoo, 58, Adrian Lamb's Fergalicious Cat, 59, Sandy Bennett's This Barbie's Smart, and 60, Ken Knutson's Spin-Off. But it's Troy Palmer we watch. And Troy has a cutout score of 23, together with his 90, is a total of 113. .56, looking over his cattle, William Chugg, local competitor, riding Bailey's Hooligan. Unfortunately, didn't score in the first round, and we'll see how we go this morning. We can add to that score. Standing by 57, Peter O'Neill, 58, Adrian Lamb, 59, Sandy Bennett, 60, Ken Knutson, 61, Kimberly Johnson, and 62, Ben Hall. Please stand by. And he's outside. Competitor 56, William Chugg, and Bailey's Hooligan. Peter O'Neill comes on camp at 57 with Tattoo. Then we'll have 58, Adrian Lamb, 59, Sandy Bennett, 60, Ken Knutson, 61, Kimberly Johnson, 62, Ben Hall, 63, Matthew Moffat, 64, Jane Hall. And that was a total of 16 points there for William Chugg and Bailey's Hooligan. Checking out his fresh is competitor 57, Peter O'Neill, and Tattoo. Pete brings an 89 from his previous round. He's acknowledged the judge and underway. Peter O'Neill and Tattoo. At the gate we have 58, Adrian Lamb, Fergalicious Cat. And then following Adrian, 59, Sandy Bennett. And This Barbie's Smart. Outside, competitor 57, Peter O'Neill and Tattoo, looking to build on his 89 from the first round. Adrian Lamb comes on camp at 58, Fergalicious Cat, standby 59, Sandy Bennett, This Barbie's Smart, 60, Ken Knutson's Spin-Off, 61, Kimberly Johnson's Flicker, 62, Ben Hall's Cosmo, 63, Matthew Moffat's Conspirator, 64, Jane Lee's Binner Lorado, and 65, Anthony Elliott's Shyster. And Peter O'Neill has a 26. Goodness me, no, he's got more than that. He'll be pleased to know. He has a cutout of 23, horsework 63, course 4. For a total of 90 points, together with his 89, is a total of 179. 179 for Peter O'Neill's Tattoo. So we have a score for Adrian Lamb and Fergalicious Cat, cut out 22.5, together with the 90 is a total of 112.5, 112.5. 59 is next, Sandy Bennett, and This Barbie's Smart. Sandy brings an 84 into this round, 84. Ken Knutson comes on camp at 60 with Spin-Off. Then we'll have 61, Kimberly Johnson's Flicker. Score for Sandy Bennett and This Barbie's Smart, cut out 22, horsework 61.5, course 4 for an 87.5, together with an 84 is a total of 171.5. 171.5 for competitor 59, Sandy Bennett and This Barbie's Smart. Next competitor 60, Ken Knutson and Spin-Off. He brings a 22 into this round, standing by 61, Kimberly Johnson, 62, Ben Hall, 63, Matthew Moffat, 64, Jane Lee, 65, Anthony Elliott, 66, Hayley Knutson, 67, Luke McEwen. Ken Knutson we watch, competitor 60 with spin-off. And we'll have a score very shortly for Ken. Score for Ken Knutson, cut out 20, horsework 59, course 4 for an 83, together with the 22 is a total of 105. 105 points for Ken Knutson's spin-off. 61 will be our next competitor, Kimberly Johnson and Flicker. And we'll have 62, Ben Hall, Hall's Cosmo, 63, Matthew Moffat's Conspirator. And she's out on course. Competitor 61, Kimberly Johnson and Flicker. It's a 22 for Kimberly Johnson and Flicker, total of 22 points. Ben Hall now looking over his cattle. He's competitor 62 with Hall's Cosmo. He brings an 83 into this round. Standing by 63, Matthew Moffat, 64, Jane Lee, 65, Anthony Elliott, 66, Hayley Knutson, 67, Luke McEwen. Coulsbury's Gate is outside. Competitor 62, Ben Hall and Hall's Cosmo. Ben Hall we watch, Hall's Cosmo, competitor 62. Matthew Moffat's on camp at 63 with Conspirator. Standby 64, Jane Lee and Binia Laredo. Score for Ben, cut out 14.5, horsework 60, course 4 for a total of 78.5. Together with his 83 is a two-round total of 161.5, 161.5. Move down now to Cody and Kylie Hanson's nomination, ridden today by Matthew Moffat. Conspirator, competitor number 63, brings 22 from his previous round. 64 at the gate, Jane Lee with Binia Laredo. Standing by also 65, Anthony Elliott, 66, Hayley Knutson, 67, Luke McEwen, 68, Tony Menkins.
Has he had a good year?
Yeah, pretty good, I think. Yep. We watch Matthew Moffat, competitor 63, riding Conspirator. Has a previous score of 22. Jane Lee's on camp at 64 with Binia Laredo. So score for Matthew Moffat and Conspirator, cut out 16, horsework 62, course 4 for a total of 82. Previous score 22, total of 104 for Matthew Moffat and Conspirator. On camp, 64, Jane Lee, Binia Laredo. She brings us 79.5 into this round. 65 standing by, Anthony Elliott. 66, Hayley Knutson. 67, Luke McEwen. 68, Tony Menkins. 69, Jack Mann. 70, Matt Holtz. 71, Mark Wortman. 72, Darren Palmer. 73, Marie Duncombe. Please stand by. But it's Jane Lee we watch with Binia Laredo, competitor 64. .65, Anthony Elliott, you will be next. And that was a cutout score of 21, together with the 79.5, is a total of 100.5. 100.5 for Jane Lee and Binia Laredo. .65 on camp, Anthony Elliott with Shyster. Standing by 66, Hayley Knutson's Cruisin' One Time. 67, Luke McEwen's Peelvale River Oak. And 68, Tony Menkins, Chattahoosee's Easy Beat. And you're watching the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Campdraft. This is the second round. And out on course is 65, Anthony Elliott and Shyster. Hayley's on camp with Cruisin' One Time. And standing by 67, Luke McEwen, Peelvale River Oak. Score for Anthony Elliott and Shyster, cut out 20.5. Together with the 16 is a total of 36.5. 36.5. Out on course, Hayley Knutson, Cruisin' One Time, competitor 66. Previous score of 84.5. And this morning a cutout score of 22, totalling 106.5. 106.5 for Hayley Knutson, Cruisin' One Time. 67 on camp, Luke McEwen and Peelvale River Oak. Luke brings an 80.5, 80.5 into this round. He's just waiting on his fresh, and whilst that's happening, standing by is 68, Tony Menkins, 69, Jack Mann, 70, Matt Holtz, 71, Mark Wortman, 72, Darren Palmer, 73, Marie Duncombe, 74, Steve Comiskey, 75, Michael Reid, 76, Zeb Pearce. And he's underway now. Competitors 67, Luke McEwen and Peelvale River Oak. He'll be looking to build on that 80.5 in his first round. And he's on course. Competitor 67, Luke McEwen, Peelvale River Oak. Tony Menkins comes on camp at 68. Chattahoosee's Easy Beat, standing by 69, Jack Mann. Score for Luke McEwen and Peel Vale River Oak. There's a 22 for cut out there for Luke McEwen and Peel Vale River Oak, together with an 80.5 is a total of 102.5, 102.5. 68 now is Tony Menkins and Chatterhoot's Easy Beat. He brings a 21 into this round. Standing by 69, Jack Mann's Crystal. 70, Matt Holz's Sharika's Tapped In. So 70 will be Matt Holtz and Shakira's Tapped In. Then we'll have 71, Mark Wortman's Star Waltz Playboy Image. 72, Darren Palmer, Perfect Timing. 73, Marie Duncombe's Bobby Rio. 74, Steve Comiskey and Saltwater 5, Metallic Acres. And 75 will be Michael Reed's Annie's Gift. You're currently watching competitors 68, Tony Menkins and Chatterhoot's Easy Beat. And unfortunately, no score there for Tony. He goes out with a 21. Very big thank you to the sponsors of our Open Campdraft, Power Contracting and Farming, and Power Energy. Big thank you to Graham Finlayson and Nathan Mauler also for accepting the opportunity to judge here at Willinga at Juandah Plains at their Campdraft. And we're underway again with competitors 69, Jack Mann and Crystal. Jack brings an 84.5 into this round. Previous score of 84.5. He's just getting his fresh now. Standing by 70, Matt Holes, Shakira's Tapped In. 71, Mark Wortman's Star Wars Playboy's Image. And 72, Darren Palmer's Perfect Timing. And that's no score there for Jack Mann and Crystal. And an 84.5 in the first round. Total of 84.5. Selecting a beast now is competitors 70, Matt Holds and Shakira's Tapped In. Standing by then 71, Mark Wortman, 72, Darren Palmer, 73, Marie Duncombe, 74, Steve Comiskey, 75, Michael Reid, 76, Zeb Pearce, 77, Bill Carey, 78, Emily Smith, 79, Tim Flynn, 80, Ben McNaughton, 81, Dean Rogers, 82, JJ Lamb, 83, Wyatt Young, 84, Barry Johnson, and 85 will be Louise Comiskey. But we're currently watching competitors 70, Matt Holtz, and Shakira's Tapped In. And he's out on course. Competitors 70, Matt Holtz, Shakira's Tapped In. Into the camp should be 71, Mark Wortman, Star Waltz, Playboy's Image. And then standing by also 72, Darren Palmer's Perfect Timing. Score for Matt Holtz and Shakira's Tapped In. Cut out 22, horsework 62.5, course 4 for a total of 88.5. Together with an 89.5 is a total of 178 points. 178 for Matt Holtz. Shakira's Tapped In. 71 now on camp. Mark Wortman, Star Waltz, Playboy's Image. Brings us 74 into this round. Standing by then 72, Darren Palmer, 73, Marie Duncombe, 74, Steve Comiskey. On course, competitor 71, Mark Wortman, Star Waltz, Playboy's Image. And to add to his 74 from his previous score. And Mark has a cutout score of 22, totaling 96 total. We now watch competitor 72, Darren Palmer, Perfect Timing. Darren had a 16 in the first round. Standing by 73, Marie Duncombe, Bobby's Rio, 74, Steve Comiskey's Saltwater 5, Metallic Acres, 75, Michael Reid's Annie's Gift, 76, Zeb Pearce's Jewel Ray Kitty, 77, Bill Carey's Fully Loaded, 78, Emily Smith, Sammy Joe, 79, Tim Flynn, Wildcard Cinderella, and 80 will be Ben McNaughton's Two Ducks. Out on course. 72, Darren Palmer, Perfect Timing. And a camp score of 18.5, together with the 16, total of 34.5 for Darren Palmer and Perfect Timing. We move down to competitors 73, Marie Duncombe and Bobby Rio. Marie brings a 15 into this next round from her previous score. Steve Comiskey follows at 74. On course, competitor 73, Marie Duncombe and Bobby Rio. cutout score of 14.5 together with a 15 from her previous score, 2-round total 29.5. 29.5 for Marie Duncombe and Bobby Rio. Steve Comiskey's on camp. He comes in as competitor 74 with Saltwater 5 Metallic Acres. Previous score of 78. Standing by 75, Michael Reid, 76, Zeb Pearce, 77, Bill Carey, 78, Emily Smith, 79, Tim Flynn, 80, Ben McNaughton, 81, Dean Rogers, 82, JJ Lamb, and 83, Wyatt Young. Unfortunately, no score there for Steve Comiskey. Goes out with a total score of 78. So we just tidy up the camp and then we'll continue on with competitor 75, Michael Reid and Annie's Gift. Then we'll have 76, Zeb Pearce's Jewel Ray Kitty, and 77, Bill Carey's Fully Loaded. You watch competitor 75, Michael Reid and Annie's Gift. Michael has a previous score of 86.5, 86.5. And Zeb Pearce comes on camp at 76 with Jewel Ray Kitty, standing by 77, Bill Carey, Fully Loaded. On course, competitor 75, Michael Reid, Annie's Gift, looking to add to that 86.5. And we'll have a score of 18.5 for cutout, 53.5 for horsework, 3 for the course, for a 75, together with an 86.5, two-round total of 161.5, 161.5. 76 we watch, Zeb Pearce, Jewel Ray Kitty, brings a 72 into this round. Standing by 77, Bill Carey, 78, Emily Smith, 79, Tim Flynn, 80, Ben McNaughton, 81, Dean Rogers, 82, JJ Lamb, 83, Wyatt Young, 84, Barry Johnson, and 85, Louise Comiskey, all standing by. But all eyes are on competitors 76, Zeb Pearce and Jewel Ray Kitty. Score for Zeb Pearce, Jewel Ray Kitty, cut out 22, horsework 64, course 4 for a 90. Together with the 72 is a total of 162 points. 162 for Zeb Pearce, Jewel Ray Kitty. 77 now is on camp, Bill Carey, and fully loaded. Bill has another healthy score. He brings a 90 into this round. Standing by 78, Emily Smith, Sammy Joe, 79, Tim Flynn, Wildcard Cinderella, and 80, Ben McNaughton's Two Ducks. On course, competitor 77, Bill Carey, and fully loaded. 78's on camp, Emily Smith, Sammy Joe, standby 79, Tim Flynn. Score for Bill Carey and fully loaded. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89. And of course we add that together with his 90. And that's a total of 179 points. 179 for Bill Carey, fully loaded in the top 3. '78 is next. Emily Smith, Sammy Joe. Emily brings an 80 into this round. Following Emily, we will see competitor 79, Tim Flynn, 80, Ben McNaughton, 81, Dean Rogers, 82, JJ Lamb, 83, Wyatt Young, 84, Barry Johnson, 85, Louise Comiskey, 86, Shane Palmer, and 87 will be Kylie Graham. We're currently watching competitor 78, Emily Smith and Sammy Joe. Don't forget to go and support Deb's Catering this morning. There'd be breakfast certainly underway. Deb's going to be on the grounds all week offering breakfast through to dinner. So thank you, John and Deb, for providing your quality food at affordable prices for the Juandah Plains Campdraft. And I think we all certainly agree that I'm pretty sure it was John doing the cooking, but he can certainly cook a piece of steak. Certainly enjoyed some beautiful steak last night. And we have a score coming through for Emily Smith and Sammy Joe. 21 for cutout, 61.5 and 4 for the course for an 86.5 together with an 80 is a total of 166.5, 166.5 for Emily Smith and Sammy Joe. We move down to 79, Tim Flynn, Wildcard Cinderella. Had a camp score in the previous round of 19. Ben McNaughton stands by at 80 with 2 ducks. Also Dean Rogers, even con at 81. Outside, competitor 79, Tim Flynn and Wildcard Cinderella. Ben McNaughton, you'll be next with 2 ducks at 80. Score for Tim Flynn and Wildcard Cinderella was a cutout of 20.5 with a previous score of 19, 2-round total of 39.5. Competitor 80, Ben McNaughton, we watch, riding 2 ducks. He's out on course. Into the camp, 81, Dean Rogers, even con, stand by 82, JJ Lamb. Score coming through for Ben McNaughton and 2 ducks, a cutout of 16, together with an 87.5, 2-round total of 103.5, 103.5. Lauren tells me the Terry Standing saddle is just downstairs at the secretary's box if anyone would like to come and have a look at the quality of his workmanship. May not be the winner of the saddle, but you certainly might like to order one. So come and have a look at Terry's saddle. We encourage you to do so. Our next competitor is competitor 81, Dean Rogers, and even con. Comes into this round with an 87. Standing by then 82, JJ Lamb's Whiskey Ray, 83, Wyatt Young's Metallic Storm, 84, Barry Johnson's Crofton Glitter, 85, Louise Comiskey's LD Zahara, 86, Shane Palmer's Diva, and 87 will be Kylie Graham's Stylish Mellow. All right. Score very shortly for Dean Rogers and even con. Cut out of 21.5 together with an 87 is a total of 108.5. $82 is next, JJ Lamb and Whiskey Ray. First round score of 79.5, 79.5. JJ Lamb, Whiskey Ray. Next competitor 83, Wyatt Young, Metallic Storm. Standing by also 84, Barry Johnson's Crofton Glitter. And 85, Louise Comiskey's LD Zahara. JJ Lamb we watch, riding Whiskey Ray, competitor 82. She's looking to add to her 79.5 in the first round. White Young's on camp at 83 with Metallic Storm. And we'll have a score very shortly for JJ Lamb's Whiskey Ray. I'll give you JJ's score very shortly. Yes, it's come through. JJ Lamb and Whiskey Ray has a cutout score of 16, horsework 56, course 3 for a total of 75. Together with the 79.5 is a total of 154.5. 154.5. Outside, 83, Wyatt Young rides Metallic Storm, brings a 79 into this round. And Barry Johnson comes on camp at 84 with Crofton Glitter, standing by 85. Louise Comiskey, LD Zahara, 86. Shane Palmer's Diva, 87. Kylie Graham's Stylish Mellow, 88. Ryan Dillon's 3PR Brigadier, 89. Beck Atkinson's Cat's-All Style, and 90. Annie Williamson's Moonlight. And if you'd like to add something with your breakfast this morning, go and see Kelly, the Tipsy Texan. So big thank you to Kelly, the Tipsy Texan, for coming out this week. Pick up your tea, coffee or hot chocolate, and she'll be working Tuesday through to Friday. For Saturday and Sunday, we'll see Vanessa from Cafe 4419. And we're all looking forward to Pizza on the Run. They'll be operating Friday and Saturday. And of course, Wyatt Young has a camp score of 23, added to the 79 is a total of 102. We now watch Barry Johnson, competitor 84 with Crofton Glitter. It has a 22.5 in the first round. Louise Comiskey goes on camp at 85. LD Zahara, standby 86. Shane Palmer's Diva. Score for Barry Johnson and Crofton Glitter, cutout 22, horsework 61.5, course 4 for a total of 87.5, together with a 22.5 is a total of 110. 110. 85 will be next, Louise Comiskey and LD Zahara. Comes into this round with a 22. Standing by then 86, Shane Palmer's Diva. And later on this week, we will welcome our trade stalls. We'll have trade stalls here from Agrimix, Palomino Jewels, Shoot 9 Jeans, Your Hatter Hats, Air Glide Tow Bars, Country Wear Taroom, and SJ Jewellery. So we look forward to seeing our trade stalls later on this week, and we encourage you to support the people who support you. Louise Comiskey now in camp, 85. Riding LD Zahara. 86 stands by Shane Palmer's Diva. 87 Kylie Graham's Stylish Mellow. And Louise is out on course. Louise Comiskey, LD Zahara. Score for Louise Comiskey and LD Zahara, cut out 22, horsework 58, course 3 for an 83, together with the 22 is a total of 105 points. And he's underway, competitor 86, Shane Palmer and Diva. Kylie's at the gate, 87, Kylie Graham's Stylish Mellow. Standing by also 88, Ryan Dillon, 89, Beck Atkinson, 90, Annie Williamson, 91, Mia Burke, 92, Laurie Beard, 93, Kerry Hamilton, 94, Luke Bennett, and 95, David Reeder. Shane Palmer heads out into the arena with Diva, competitor 86. Carly Graham's on camp with Stylish Mellow, competitor 87, standing by 88, Ryan Dillon. Shane Palmer and Diva have a score of 16.5 for the camp, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course, for an 82.5, previous score 23, total score 105.5, 105.5 for Shane Palmer and Diva. Room Horsewoman, Kylie Graham and Stylish Mellow. Currently on camp is competitor 87. Bad luck there, Kylie. She goes out without a score. Total score of 22. Looking over his cattle now is competitor 88, Ryan Dillon, and 3PR Brigadier brings an 88 into this round. Standing by 89, Beck Atkinson's Cat's All Style. You're watching competitor 88, Ryan Dillon, and 3PR Brigadier, looking to add to his previous score of 88. Score for Ryan Dillon and 3PR Brigadier cut out of 21, together with an 88, so a total of 109. 89 is next. Beck Atkinson and Cats All Style comes into this round from a previous score of 16. Standing by number 90, Annie Williamson, 91, Mia Burke, 92, Laurie Beard, 93, Kerry Hamilton, 94, Luke Bennett, 95, David Reeder, 96, Peter Comiskey, 97, Kerry Wallace, and 98 will be Stuart Wallace. Score for Beck Atkinson and Cats All Style. We have it now. Score for Beck Atkinson and Cats All Style. Cut out 21.5 with a 16 in the first round. Total of 37.5. 37.5. 90 will be next. Annie Williamson and Moonlight. She comes in with a previous score of 15. Stand by then. 91 Mia Burke's Indie. 92 Laurie Beard's Stylish. You're watching competitor number 90, Annie Williamson and Moonlight. And she's out on course. Annie Williamson riding Moonlight. Next competitor, 91, Mia Burke and Indy. If you please come to the camp. And then we'll have 92, Laurie Beard's Stylish. 93, Kerry Hamilton's Almora Peppy Style. 94, Luke Bennett's Stereo Cat. And 95, David Reeder's Cody. And I'm sure everyone's aware of it by now, but we're going to drag the arena at 100. So just be aware of that. There'll be a very short break. I think we're down to about 19 minutes. Doesn't take long to drag it, but it will happen at 100. Annie Williamson has a camp score, which we'll give you very shortly. And that's another 15. So 2 15s, total of 30 points for Annie Williamson and Moonlight. And she's underway. Competitor 91, Mia Burke and Indy. Brings a 22 into this round. Laurie Beard, you'll be next at 92 with Stylish. Standing by 93. Kerry Hamilton, Almora's Peppy Style. Mia has a camp score of 21 with the original 22, total of 43. Selecting a beast now is competitor 92, Laurie Beard and Stylish. Laurie had a 22 from the first round. Oh. We watch competitor 92, Laurie Beard and Stylish. He brings a 22 into this round. Standing by then 93, Kerry Hamilton, 94, Luke Bennett, 95, David Reader, 96, Pete Comiskey, 97, Kerry Wallace, 98, Stuart Wallace, 99, Lloyd Davidson, and 100 is scratched. That's a 22. 22 total. We move down now to competitor 93, Kerry Hamilton and Almora's Peppy Style. Kerry unfortunately didn't have a score to bring into this round. So we move down. Following Kerry, we'll have competitor 94, Luke Bennett, 95, David Reader. And don't forget, we will drag the arena at 100. Take this opportunity to thank all of our judges for this week: Ben Weller, Ben McNaughton, Graham Finlayson, Nathan Mauler, Daniel Cheers, Wayne Deneen and Stephen Hart. Outside, competitor 93, Kerry Hamilton and Almora Peppy Style. Luke Bennett comes on camp with Stereo Cat, competitor 94. Standing by 95, David Reader, 96, Pete Comiskey, 97, Kerry Wallace, 98, Stuart Wallace, 99, Lloyd Davidson, 100 is out, 101, Joe Payne, and 102 will be Jason Comiskey. All eyes are on Kerry Hamilton, riding Almora Peppy Style, competitor 93. And she's run out of time, so I'll have a score very shortly. So we have a score for Kerry Hamilton, Almora Pepe's style, cut out 21.5, horsework 42.5, course 2 for a total of 66. So it's a total of 66 points for Kerry Hamilton and Almora's Pepe style. We now watch Luke Bennett, competitor 94. He brings a previous score of 22 into this round. So Luke Bennett and Stereo Cat have a total of 23 points, 2-round total of 45 for Luke Bennett, Stereo Cat. 95 now in camp, David Reader. David comes in on Cody, had a previous score of 87. Standing by 96, Pete Comiskey, PC Polaris, and 97, Kerry Wallace's Lady Olena. 98, Stuart Wallace's Buston Style, and 99, Lloyd Davidson's Bar None Contigo. Score for David Reader and Cody, cut out 22, horsework 62, course 4 for an 88, together with an 87, 2-round total of 175, 175 for David Reader and Cody. Pete Comiskey, you'll be next at 96 with PC Polaris, brings 22.5 into this round. Standing by 97, Kerry Wallace, 98, Stuart Wallace, 99, Lloyd Davidson, 100 is A Scratching, 101, Joe Payne, 102, Jason Comiskey, 103, Leonie Edwards, 104, Ben Tapp, 105, Darren Jones. And of course, at 100, we will drag the arena. They will be the competitors following the drag. And outside we watch competitor 96, Pete Comiskey and PC Polaris. Score for Pete Comiskey and PC Polaris, cut out 22, horsework 60.5, course 4 for an 86.5, previous score of 22.5, total of 109. That's a 109 for Pete Comiskey, PC Polaris. Next competitor 97, Kerry Wallace and Lady Olena, comes in from a 21 from the previous round. And she'll be followed by Stuart Wallace, competitor 98, Buston Style, and then 99, Lloyd Davidson, our co-announcer, will be competitor 99. And that was a cam score of 15.5. 15.5 together with the 21, total of 36.5. We move to competitor 98, Stuart Wallace, riding Buston Style. Comes into this round with a 22 from a previous round. And of course, Lloyd Davidson, you'll be next with Bar None Contigo, competitor 99. We then have a scratching, so at that point we are going to drag the arena. And when we come back, we'll be looking at competitor 101, Joe Payne's Coal Black. In the interim, while we drag, grab yourself something from up at Deb's Catering. Support the coffee van. Or even come around and have a look at the wonderful handmade saddle around here, our trophy saddle from TJ Saddles. Score for Stuart Wallace, a cutout of 23 together with the 22 is a total of 45. And this is our final competitor before the drag, competitor 99, Lloyd Davidson, Bar None Contigo. Had an 80 in the previous round. And very big thank you to Lloyd for helping us over this week, helping with the announcing. Calls for his gate and he's outside. Competitor 99, Lloyd Davidson and Bar None Contigo. He's going to get a score, but